Hey guys, how you doing? Hey, in this video, we're going to talk about the hardest month of the year to actually sell a home. And by talking about the hardest month, we're going to end up identifying the best month to actually sell your place. And finally, if it's the hardest month to sell your home, there's a good chance it's probably the best time to buy a home, okay? But before we get started, let's cover a couple of administrative items. First of all, guys, if you're looking to buy or sell a home, we love the opportunity to talk with you. Look around the screen. You'll see my number pop up on there. Please give us a call. Also, there's a QR code that'll be on the screen. Scan that QR code, leave your information behind, and we'll reach out to you. Also, if you're someone who stays updated regarding the real estate market, again, look around the screen. I think it's below. There's a subscribe button. Subscribe to our channel. And finally, comment below. Let us know how we're doing and let us know if you have any questions, okay? Again, in this video, I'm going to talk about the hardest month to actually buy or actually sell a home. Now, by identifying the hardest month to sell a home, we're probably also going to identify the easiest month or the best month to actually sell your home, and also vice versa, the best time to actually buy throughout the year. Okay, we can actually pinpoint that in the year. So for those of you who've actually watched my videos before, we're going to pop up the slide. You know these graphs and things are coming here, okay? So within this graph, we're actually talking about the average monthly price. Now, this is over the last 8 years. It's just the average monthly prices of homes over the last 8 years, and it's focused on the cities of Concord, Pleasant Hill, Walnut Creek, and Martinez. Now, this is a central Contra Costa area. We focus on that area because it's reflective of the entire East Bay. You may look at it and see, well, numbers between Walnut Creek and Martinez are very different. But what happens, don't pay attention to the actual numbers, pay attention to the trends in the market, okay? So if you see an upward trend in Walnut Creek, you're going to see an upward trend in Antioch. If you see an upward trend in Concord, you're going to see an upward trend in El Sobrante. So focus on the trend versus the actual numbers. It's the same thing when you see forecasts and projections and things. You know, the numbers may not be exactly the same because none of us are fortune tellers or have crystal balls, but what ends up happening is the trends is what you really need to focus on. Again, going back to the slide, we're talking average monthly price. Now, so something you can see here clearly that the average monthly price, May tends to be the highest month. Now, one of the things we've got to look at with this is if May is the highest month, that's probably the best time to get your home on the market. But one of the things we got to think about is a home itself it sits in escrow on average probably be about 25 days. So that means home selling in May actually went pending or got an offer to buy those homes in April. So that means if you're selling in May, you're probably getting your home on the market in April. And that makes a lot of sense, because you got to think people are finishing up their taxes and so forth in April, and then they're applying for loans or finalizing the loans and buying a house. And that's why you see prices spiking like they are in May, and we're finding some of the highest prices. So those homes are actually going on the market or being listed for sale in the month of April. Now, if prices are highest in May, one of the things, this video is really focused on the hardest month to sell a home, not the best. And so we want to take a look at this on where we see the lowest prices of the year are January and February. Now, we start thinking about that. We got to, again, the prior month is when those homes went on the market. So homes going on the market in December and January tend to sell for the lowest. Now, that kind of makes sense because we actually start to slow down for the holidays. You know, we're celebrating Christmas, we're celebrating New Year's and so forth. And so prices activity tends to be lowest within those months. So those are probably a great time to be in the market to buy. If it's not a good time to sell, probably a great time to sell. All right, guys, so let's move on to this next slide. Now, this next slide talks about the number of homes on average to sell each month, okay? So it gives you an idea of the activity. Again, when we take a look at this, we look, again, top month for sales, the month of May. That's the number of homes closing. So again, when we're talking May, the number of home closings, those homes probably went on the market in April. When we start looking at the lowest months, again, we see we see December and January here. And again, homes closing in December, they got an offer in November, and homes closing in January, they got an offer in December. So again, we're seeing the lowest activity here, and that kind of makes sense. Those are the holiday months again, and so probably the worst time to really kind of get your home on the market. But if it's the worst time to get your home on the market, it may be actually one of the better times to look at buying. So we saw on the previous slide, December prices tend to be lowest. Now we're looking again here, and we're seeing December holiday time. Number of homes tends to be selling for fewer homes tend to be selling, so that means there's fewer activity in the market. That means less demand, less competition. So maybe a great time to look at buying. And again, if we look back in May, we see that's the best time to be looking at selling your home. Probably putting it on the market in April. So let's go on to the next slide here. And this next slide, we're talking about inventory. Now, one of the things we got to again look at, if we see two, we're talking about months of inventory. So we're talking 2 months of inventory. We see 2.5, we're talking 2.5 months of inventory available. And again, this is each month. And I said earlier, it's those 4 cities: Central Contra Costa, Concord, Pleasant Hill, Walnut Creek, and Martinez. Now, again, these cities are reflective of the entire Bay Area, so look at the trends. You see downward trending. You can see downward trending in all those cities. Okay, there is sometimes some difference, and we'll point that out if we do see that in the market. Now, one of the things that's interesting about inventory, the higher the inventory, lower prices. Okay, that means there's more houses out there for sale. That means prices tend to drop off. So higher inventory, probably a good time if you're a buyer to jump into the market. Okay, now lower inventory, fewer homes out there, we tend to see prices higher, and we do, as you saw earlier, have prices fluctuating throughout the year. We have the number of homes selling fluctuating throughout the year, and here we can see from this next graph that we actually have the inventory fluctuating throughout the year. Now we see the lowest inventory again in that second quarter, May being a great time to sell your home. Month of May, definitely prices of homes closing that month close highest. Those are probably homes going on the market or being listed for sale in April. And that month itself, that second quarter, prices tend to be highest. That's probably, if you want to sell your home and you have the flexibility to kind of time the market, getting your home on the market that second quarter is probably one of the best times to actually do it. So now on the other end, what's the worst time? Again, if we start looking at this, we see inventory is the highest in September, and they're also very high in November and December. We see that within those last 2 months, and also January, those are those holiday months where things tend to slow down. If they slow down, inventory goes up. Now, if you're a buyer, we see high inventory. We know prices are going to be lower. We know you're going to have more selection, less competition, and so forth. So consequently, those months are probably one of the best times for you to jump in the market if you're a buyer. Probably one of the worst months, for you to sell. Obviously, if you've got to sell, if you're moving because of a job and so forth, then you got to sell your home during those months. It's what you got to do. Now, again, there's other videos we do and so forth about getting your home ready, the things you need to do to sell your home. But even if you're selling in May, which is the best time to sell your home, you still got to do the things to make sure your home, you get a lot of demand for your home. It's one of the more desirable properties on the home. And that means, getting it cleaned up, getting it staged, pricing it well, and so forth. Okay. A lot of people think you just put the home on the market and it's going to sell. That's not the case, even in those top months like May. So guys, as I said below or earlier in the video, okay, if you have any questions or so, leave it below. We'll respond to you, comment, let us know how we're doing as well. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, you're going to find my number somewhere around the screen here. Reach out to us. Also, there'll be a QR code out there. You can scan the QR code and we'll definitely get back to you. Also, if you are somebody who stays updated regarding the real estate market, look around. You'll see a subscribe button. It's probably somewhere right here. Subscribe to our channel, okay? Hi guys, have a great weekend and I will see you next week now. Bye-bye.